Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here and welcome back to another Destiny video. Update 2.4.1 has just gone live. If you guys have not got it yet, then I suggest restarting your console and the download should begin. But with the download, they also released some patch notes which gave us a kind of clear list of all of the different light gear sources. So I'm going to recap those in this video and also talk about some of the other most noteworthy points in the patch notes. Of course, if you want to read everything for yourself, including all the bug fixes, UI changes, everything like that, I will leave a link down below. But in this video, we're going to go over the most important things. So if you do enjoy this, you do find it helpful, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, but let's get started. So first things first, stop what you're doing. Do not decode your engrams yet. Do not do your Nightfall yet. Do not open your faction packages yet. Anything that you have been saving in the hope of giving you a light increase towards 400, stop what you're doing right now. First things first, the light increase that comes with this update will not actually take effect until heroic mode for Wrath of the Machine has actually gone live. I imagine the reason Bungie have done this is to stop people from using the next 3 hours to basically hit 400 or hit like 390 or 395. So even though the update has gone live, the 400 light cap will not be in effect until the heroic or the hard mode difficulty goes live, which is at 2 PM Bungie time, that is 10 PM UK time. So if you've been saving engrams, saving faction packages, saving the Nightfall, anything like that, I recommend holding all of that until it goes live. If you guys want to give yourself a little boost, then you could just spend 5 minutes just before diving into the raid to decode some stuff, see if you can boost your light, and then go from there, but do not do it now. And with that out of the way, now let's talk about sources. So, under the activity side of things, your sources for 400 light gear are the heroic version of the Wrath of the Machine raid, Trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, the Crucible, and Strike Horde chests. All of those will now provide gear up to 400. Now they also put in a note saying that Wrath of the Machine, Trials of Osiris, and Iron Banner will now attempt to reward higher light items on average. On top of that, if you want to get a 400 light Ghost and Artifact, then Archon's Forge can also drop those. And then going down a little bit, Archon's Forge will now drop rewards up to 385 light. The Heroic Siva Strike playlist will also drop rewards up to 385 light. And the standard Siva Strike playlist will now drop rewards up to 365. So, those are your activities. Under the package side of things, Vanguard, Crucible, and Faction packages will now provide drops up to 390 light. You'll also have an increased chance of artifacts from the Crota's Bane Reputation packages, i.e. Eris Morn, and an increased chance of ghosts from New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, Vanguard, and Crucible Reputation packages. And finally, under the engram side of things, exotic engrams will now decrypt up to 400 light, legendary will now decrypt up to 385, and rare will now decrypt up to 365. So, those are all of your light sources. So if you guys have been saving things, and as mentioned, you are trying to sort of get a leg up just before you go into the raid, then pay attention to those sources. If you've got any engrams, then hold on to them, decode them once the difficulty goes live, and you might just be able to boost yourself a little bit higher. Besides that, something else I do want to call out, it's not actually related to kind of gearing up or light up or anything like that, but they have added 2 new, or kind of 1.5 new collections to the tower. Collections are of course those kiosks where you can go and redeem things like shaders, emblems, sparrows, ships. They've now added a new one for holiday collection items, and this currently stores all of your masks from Festival of the Lost. So if you're anything like me, and your vault is probably partly full of all the masks from last year, you can now go and delete them safely, because you can reclaim all of them from this kiosk. It's located just down by the speaker, next to the shader and emblem kiosks. The other option, and this is the kind of 0.5 one, because it's actually part of the Sparrow kiosk, if you go back over to where you find your sparrows and your ships, then on the last page, there's also now a storage place for Sparrow Horns. So again, if you're running out of space and you want to throw away the legendary ones, do of course bear in mind any of the rare ones. You won't be able to use them now anyway, but they're also going to be rubbish. But legendary ones can be dismantled and you can get them from the kiosk. Also, this is a pretty cool one, especially for those of you guys that play Trials of Osiris. They are updating the lighthouse, so there's now a social space that can hold up to 9 people. So if you happen to be going there and there are 2 other fire teams there, you will actually see other people. I appreciate you don't spend too much time in the lighthouse because once you've got your loot, there's not really much else for you to do. But it is now officially a social space, so once you have unlocked it and you've got there, you do have a chance of seeing other people. Also, one final thing for those of you guys that are perhaps in search of silver dust whenever, say, Zur comes around and he's selling ornaments, then the horn relays from Sparrow Racing League are no longer going to be used to upgrade rare quality horns. So to compensate players that still have those, you will receive 15 silver dust. You will also get 1 silver dust for every paper glue that you turn into shards, because that's also going to be of no use if you've been holding on to that. And in line with that, you can also now purchase reputation boosters for Silver Dust. Alright, so I was literally about to wrap up this video. In fact, I pulled the video down so I could add this section in super quickly, but I was just taking a look at my Bad Juju, and it seems like they have added a couple of new ornaments. If you take a look at this one, you'll see that Bad Juju did not have ornaments before, but it now has Dragon's Bane, which looks so awesome. You've got a ton more bones, a bigger skull, green colour scheme. That's probably my favourite ornament of all time now. And you also have Hurum, which looks a lot more kind of tribal. You got these bones or claws down the side, slightly different skull, markings all over it as well. So yeah, this looks really, really cool. Now, I've had a look through the kiosk, and that appears to be the only one. But one thing you will notice if we drop over to, say, the last word, it does have this line here. Now, this line is normally how you separate the perks and the ornaments. So if we take a look at, say, Zalo Supercell, which already has ornaments, you'll see there's a dividing line down here. Now, most of the weapons don't have them, but Last Word has it. Also, if you jump over to Black Spindle, this also has a dividing line. So while there are not ornaments there right now, I don't know whether this kind of indicates the fact that maybe the ornaments are not supposed to be added just yet. Maybe they're coming soon. But regardless, right now, Bad Juju has 2 new ornaments that are showing up, and a couple of other weapons do have a line that looks like they might be coming soon. So that's pretty much all the stuff that I want to focus on. As mentioned, there are some more changes to do with things like PvP, UI changes, bug fixes, general changes and whatnot. So if you want to read those, you can check out the full patch notes down below. But pay attention to the kind of 400 light gear sources. And as mentioned, hold on to any of your stuff until Heroic goes live if you want to have a chance to get up to 400 light gear. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Good luck to those of you guys going into the Heroic raid tonight. I will also be streaming, so if you guys want to catch that, I will see you on Twitch. But take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.